So that took way longer than it should have, considering he cheesed. But as you saw, I just macroed up. He actually did a really good job of sniping my armies, which is what you want to do as a Zerg. You want to kill off the Protoss. Wow, he was silver too. I'm actually really impressed. Howdy! Oh, there's two people here that I don't believe I know. An Illusion and William... No, I know William. That's... What am I talking about? Mega Man X Cat. Did he just BM when the guy went roaches? No, I didn't BM. What do you mean? So at any rate, as I said, normally what I do is in between games, I'll take a time to talk with you guys, because I enjoy talking with people who are actually watching my stream, which is kind of rare and awesome. So, yeah, again, if you guys don't know, my name's Devlin, a.k.a. Solarin. Devlin's my real name, Solarin's my alias that I've used since I was like 11. I'm a Protoss player. You shot the pool and BM'd when the guy went roach. Oh, no, it wasn't BM. It was more just a big kind of comment. It wasn't meant mean, and I think he got that. More like, especially considering that he 8-pooled me, so, you know, kind of fair's fair, right, for a little bit of a comment. Anyway, how'd you guys, that's literally BM. No, BM stands for bad manner. Bad manner is intended to cause offense. Mine was more of just a comment, because I actually killed the spawning pool, which meant he couldn't build any more links. Just what happens. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. I disagree. I don't think I was being bad manner, but okay. Regardless, how did you guys, you and Anillusion, how did you end up finding here? What's going on? All that kind of stuff. You know, normal chit-chatty type thing. No response. That's fair. Anyway, so yeah, you're bored, no one's on. That makes sense. And when you're bored and no one's on, go and watch a mediocre player like me, right? That's what happens. Yeah, so as I was saying, I haven't had time to really practice as much as I need to. Oh, here we go. Here's this man. Here, let me switch to it so you guys can see. Dude says, good game. I needed to expand my 4th early and get infestors. So yeah. Just a second. So yeah, at any rate, he did a good job on everything. It was definitely an interesting type of scenario that happened. I really should have beat him much faster, if I'm going to be honest. I was like a 3-base or 4-base toss, as opposed to like a 3 or 4-base Zerg. That should not have gone on as nearly as well. Basically, yeah. I mean, it's just it was a decent game. Like I said, probably should have been over a lot quicker, but overall, very fun. Just laddering tonight. I'm not really going into that much. I was talking a little bit about the metagaming between Protoss and Terran recently, but I'm kind of sick of that, to be honest, because I've talked about Terran a lot, and admittedly, I kind of QQ about them a little bit. If you guys have anything special you want me to try or do, just let me know in chat, and I will check that between games. Otherwise, what else is going on? Not too much. So I think I'll go back. This guy's finishing talking to me, and then I think I'll play another game, unless my friends want to do a 2s with me right now. Day 9's also currently on. He's doing his Newbie Tuesday on build orders with Zerglings, if I'm not much mistaken. People are Zerg players. I'm really not the guy to give you any sort of advice on Zerg, or I don't ever play Zerg. So really, at that point, you should just, I would suggest go watching him. He's an excellent guy, really funny, and he has a lot of good tips, if you don't know about him already. Let's see. I'm thinking, I'm going to ask my friend Dennis if he wants to play with me. And if he does, it would be cool because we can actually do Fun Day Monday, which would be kind of nice. Okay, Dennis does not want to play. That's fair. Okay, okay, so at any rate, I'm going to go back into game. Boom. Da, da, da. Okay, so there's that. So with my ranking match today, I was playing at school and went through it, and it was funny because it was a Protoss versus Protoss, and I was doing a 3-gate Blink Stalker build, which, if for those of you who haven't tried it, is I think a really good style to play against other Protoss. I really like it, and I've been experimenting with it recently. But I ended up getting Korean 4-gated, so I had massive numbers of zealots running to my base, and I didn't have any sentries because I'd been using all the gas on stalkers. So this massive micro war resumed, where I ended up stutter stepping my stalkers around, killing something like 30 zealots all told. And I eventually ended up holding it off, and I had a proxy pylon fairly close to his base, so I warped in 2 zealots on one of my warp cycles and managed to actually start killing his workers. So we ended up having something like 5 workers, and I ended up having 20 by the end. And I was feeling really good. I was thinking, like, I'm going to win this, so, I've got this, and my computer randomly shuts off. And needless to say, I was more than a little upset. It ended up placing me back in gold. I'd been hoping I was something like rank 5 gold before that, so I was really hoping at that point to be advanced in rank to platinum. But, of course, a loss is a loss, and that's what happens. It's kind of unfortunate, but I guess it just goes to show you, remember to, make sure your computer is well ventilated, because I think mine overheated. Could be a mistake, though. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough. You must. And, again, I'm by no means a really good player. I'm just Gold League, and I don't claim to be anything more than that. But I do have a fairly good understanding of at least the theory behind a lot of things, and I've had a couple of people ask me to give them some coaching advice. And, again, I would advise you almost to go to more advanced people, but if you'd like my help, I'm more than happy to give it. But that being said, you can usually find people who are at least Diamond or Masters level who can also coach you. Now, some of them are not the most patient people because they feel like you're so much worse than them. And in that case, I can understand why you'd want me to teach you something. But regardless, long story short, I am definitely available if people need me to look at replays or to go over a game with them, something like that. You can send stuff either through Twitch TV to me, or through, I have a special email, actually, which is SC2 Solarian or Solarian SC2 at Gmail. I'll check it and I'll post in chat afterwards and mention it for people who might be watching this later. Basically the whole idea with that is just, it's since I obviously am streaming, even though I'm not the best in the world by any means, might as well try and do something nice for everyone, Oh my god, gets out with 1 hit point. Oh, son of a bitch. So, if people want me to do that, I am, again, more than happy to. If not, that's fine too. I really don't mind that much one way or another. Oh my god. That was pretty awesome. That's kind of a go-see probe right there, not gonna lie. Why did I build that? Oh shit. Oh, now I'm really fucked. Don't spam escape. Found that out. So versus a Terran, obviously you can just go a standard Robo build. Marauders are very weak versus Immortals. The problem is that Marines are really strong versus Immortals, so it kind of balances out, which is unfortunate. But overall, it's kind of a safe, standard way to play Protoss versus Terran. More commonly, you'll see people trying blink shenanigans, and that's kind of fun. But at the same time, Stalkers are just so goddamn weak versus Marauders with the Concussive Shell upgrade that I wouldn't really recommend it, especially not to like Bronze or Silver players, because there's a fair amount of micro involved in that. And, you know, while it's not important per se, it's good to not try something that's beyond what you're used to or what you're capable of. And I think that it's probably better in most cases to just try and get the standard basics down and then move on to something that's a little bit more advanced, like Blinkstalker Micro. Because let's just face it, Blinkstalker Micro is hard. Straight up. Okay, Stalkers are very good against Marines early game, but like I said, they just get ruffled by Marauders, so you need to be very careful with them. I'm telling them to attack, move over that way. Let's get the Observer out. I'm running really low on gas right now. I'm going to try an Expo, I think, especially because I fucked up with my supply block thing, so might as well try to. 3-gate Expos are actually a really solid build, in my opinion. I feel like that's a really versatile one versus most races. It gives you enough of a gateway backbone to hold off a lot of type of pushes. It's not super early or greedy, but at the same time, it's early enough that you're still going to get an economic advantage over someone who's trying to one base you. And usually, you can hold off one base pushes with 3 gates. But it is definitely a risk in its own way, especially because Terran can just straight up all in you at pretty much any point. They can just pull SCVs and Marines. And that can be really hard to deal with. Continue working on harvester count. So as you can see, I've got the watchtower controlled right here, and that's gonna, let me just make sure you're seeing this. Yep. Watchtower controlled right here, which is gonna allow me to, he's going really Marine heavy. That's interesting.